Hi, everybody. So, yeah, apparently the only person that could hear me through all of that talking was my nephew. So, I'm not sure. This is Starbound, and I'm not sure where he is. Oh, there he is. So, Sunflower, who's right there, is my nephew. And it looks like he's typing something, and here I am all trying to get a gazillion things set up in a gazillion different windows, and oh, by the way, I can't pop out Twitch chat anymore. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So we're going to do this for about 15 minutes. He said he was going to give me a strong sword, and he can't. So I'm going to see if he can get... Oh wait, is this his ship? I think this is his ship. This is totally his ship, I think. Oh my goodness, it is. He has definitely been playing this. And I don't know why I can't jump up there. So... Oh my goodness, his ship is humongous. I have not played Starbound in a while, and I am going to be awkward. I don't know why he has a whole tub full of water here either, and because he's not on voice chat. Hey, String Teary. Yeah, because he's not on voice chat, I can't get his immediate input. But it looks like he has a pretty full crew. Oh, you say it's a swimming pool? I guess he's trying to talk to me in game. So I guess this is his bedroom. Oh yes, he does have a swimming pool, but he has a crew member sleeping. He's a Florian, okay. And lots of crew members up here. Lots of crew members. And I guess that's a pet? I'm kind of envious. He has more pets than I do. I just have the basic beginner pet. He has a lot of crew members. I am totally envious of that. And I'm not sure why this... Like, this should be... Oh, shoot, we can. I totally can pilot his ship, but we're not going to. Because that's just mean. He has no fuel, though. And I don't have the gear to go down to a, Yeah, he says, my little monster. Yeah, you have a lot of monsters. But he doesn't have any fuel, and I don't think I have the equipment needed. I do not have the equipment needed. Maybe. I'm not sure. To go down to a... Oh no, I have the EPP. So I might be able to go down to a moon. But I'm not sure what we're orbiting. Don't be dysentery, you could die. Okay then. I don't know what that means. And favorite human is what are we surrounding? One orbiting body. Alright, view. Here we go. Oh, I can't pilot anything. Oh no, he left. I can't pilot his ship. It's trying to beam down the currently teleported, or the currently orbiting world, which I'm hoping it won't kill us. I don't have the proper equipment. Oh no! I mean, it warned me. Beam up! Apparently, actually, it's a thing in Orion Trail, the space version of Oregon Trail, but hey, memes. I actually do have Orion Trail. I just don't have it with me just don't have it loaded up right now. Because my nephew's like, hey, can we play Starbound? I won't grief you. Oh no! Well, I broke the game. And that's not how I can rejoin him. Oops. Autocorrect totally does hate everyone. I crashed. So I'm gonna join your game again, bud. Because he says he can hear me. Alright, there we go. I may not have... Oh, now I have to wait for the party invitation again. What was he? Sunflower? Yeah, autocorrect totally hates everyone in pants. See if I can manage all my windows a bit better. I need more monitors. And I'm trying to also keep track of OBS and the stream. Which I should probably mute that. Because that says about 10 minutes. Do not follow me. Okay. So yeah, in comparison to my nephew's ship, this is my humble ship. I have no crew, and I have a single pet. I have a single pet. And that's okay. Oh, and doggo cam is empty.
Oh, one doggo is right here.
One doggo is right there.
Inside of a nest.
Inside of a nest. Doggo cam also isn't very well lit. I guess I did not turn on enough lights. Oh no! And doggo cam hit the ground. Well, come here, doggo cam. As y'all get. Okay.
Nesting doggo. Would you like to?
Are you really gonna bribe her? Look at the high quality production stuff, guys. Okay, I'm gonna stop touching it. Maybe. Maybe. Red lines. Oh, wiggly red lines like under autocorrect. Okay. So I know... ship or on the planet, because the planet will kill me. Netscape Navigator. Color, dang it. I remember internet before pictures. Honey, do you remember internet before pictures?
Not a whole lot.
He remembers internet before pictures. He totally does. Alright, so we're not gonna follow my nephew, because I don't know what he's doing. So we're gonna beam down to a world that's not going to kill me right away. BBS's, and there was like a free net that I could access, and a lot of it was like chat and text web pages, and I think the first web page that I looked at with pictures was actually like Eminem's website, like the candy. And I apparently need food or healing or something. Let's try this. Okay, that helps. So yeah, just gonna, because we don't have a whole lot of time, just gonna kind of show you guys a little bit of Starbound. I was hoping to play more with, oh no! What is hurting me? I don't even know what I have as far as weapons. It's been so long since I've played. So I can play a little bit more with my nephew, but he's off on a world that'll kill me, and I do a pretty good job of killing myself. Okay, thanks. Cotton, I can spin that into fiber. Ooh, tomatoes. That's good. And because I play all these different games. Oh, look, I do have healing stuff. Perfect. Dying, it's a skill. It totally is. Do I have... Oh, I do have a flashlight. Awesome. I think I have to cook these, but that's fine. Now that I have a gun, I can shoot them. No! Don't kill me! Ooh, what's that? Oh no, he said frack. It's probably gonna be faster if I dig through dirt. Once upon a time, on my potato, I had this game like all nice and like upgraded and... Oh yes, 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 buddy. I know you're saying frack instead of the F word. Aha! It didn't kill me. What's getting launched in 5 minutes? The timer's probably a bit off. Because the launch really isn't for another 30 minutes. The coverage starts in 5 minutes. But it's JAXA's... Oops, I need my gun. JAXA is launching their new rocket. This will be the fourth launch for the Ellipson? Ellipson. I'm calling it Ellipson. And this is their first launch for, private and essentially, not, oh, there's my nephew. Private and, oh, he gave me a sword. Awesome. Private and educational craft, and there's actually going to be either a CubeSat or a microsat that's going to have like fake shooting stars, which I think is Epsilon. Yeah, I never... Aw, he's gonna protect me. I never claimed to be the greatest at pronouncing things. Not C. Epsilon. Okay, Epsilon. I blame the fact that I live in Ohio. So my nephew says he's gonna protect me, which is really sweet of him, and I'm not sure if I trust him. Those of you that watched our super special thing got to watch him troll me in the most adorable ways. There he is. There, he's doing the thing. He has so much more time for this than I do. Oh no! Buddy, come back! Something's killing me! Kill it! Oh no, you're gonna kill the big thing. Okay. Well, okay. I could have eventually done that on my own, but thank you. There's a Ypsilanti in Michigan. almost time to switch to the broadcast. I'm assuming by when he said it's almost time to eat, that it's almost time for him to eat dinner. Yeah, Ypsilanti. I actually knew people in Ypsilanti. Alright, so, the game crashed again. Where's the launch taking place? Japan. Alright, so I'm going to take this opportunity while the game is crashed to why is that? Okay, I see why you're confused. The time to launch is wrong. How did I do that? I know how I did that. Let me fix that. It's like, what do you mean? There we go. That's better. Okay. It's like, what do you mean launch in 5 minutes? The coverage starts in 5 minutes. I don't know what you're talking about. Where is Doggo Cam? That is not the right one for Doggo Cam. That's the right one for Doggo Cam. Okay. And pull up the... I mentioned how I have a gazillion windows open, right? Alright. My nephew's probably like, what's happening? Okay, so you guys can see what I'm looking at. I'll finish setting this up. Properties. Also, I do not expect this to be in English, and I apologize profusely, but that's what I'm looking at. Oh, the animation started literally just as I clicked. So let me exit out of Starbound and unmute this and tell my nephew what's going on. Give me the web address. So these are images of what's being launched today, and yeah, some of these are super tiny, and some of these aren't so tiny. And make my mic a little closer. Alright, stop talking. Turn this up some.
皆さんおはようございます。ご覧いただいている映像は鹿児島県内之浦宇宙空間観測所にあるロケット発射場です。本日は革新的衛星技術実証1号機を搭載したイプシロンロケット4号機の打ち上げの模様を生中継でお送りしてまいります。
So it looks like a beautiful day for launch. There's that at
革新
least.
的衛星技術実証1号機は民間企業や大学などが開発した機器や部品、超小型衛星キューブサットに宇宙実証の機会を提供する革新的衛星技術実証プログラムの1号機で全部で7つの衛星。
So I'm going to turn this down, and if you speak Japanese and understand this, or at least understand Japanese, then good for you.
まもなく打ち上げの予定です。革新的衛星技術実証1号機を乗せたイプシロンロケット4号機は静かに打ち上げの時を待っています。
Before me. Yeah, that it is a very hilly, it looks like they might be up in the mountains. So this is the fourth launch of the Epsilon rocket, which compared to previous rockets that they used, I think, even though it took them a lot of money to develop, costs them about half as much to launch. And this is really so they have their own access to space, like all these other countries that are doing this. They want to make sure that they have access to space and are not dependent on other people. This is the first Japanese launch of multiple satellites at once. Before they've just done like single things at a time. Now it's lots and lots and lots of things. There's the RAPIS-1, which has itself like 6 or 7 different experiments on it. I think there's at least 4 CubeSats and at least 5 microsats. Annie's Greek is Pamela's French. Yeah. To be fair, though, I understand French a whole lot better than Greek. So, yeah, there's that. And... okay, close that. I want to turn it up if I can find it. Normally I have things on the other monitors, but...
機体の一部にミュー5ロケットの技術を引き継ぎながら H2A ロケットで使われている部品や技術を活用し短期間で効率よく開発されました。イプシロンロケットでは世界一コンパクトな打ち上げを目指し運用、設備、機体の打ち上げシステム全体の改革に取り組んでいます。イプシロンロケット初号機である試験機開発ではロケットの自動点検や発射管制のオペレーションを見直しロケットを打ち上げる仕組みの中で運用設備の改革を実現しました。イプシロンロケット2号機から始まった強化型開発では主に機体の改良開発に取り組みました。イプシロンロケット2号機では2段モーターをフェアリングの外に出しモーターの直径を大きくした結果搭載できる燃料も増えました。その他軽量化開発の効果なども反映した結果打ち上げ能力は試験機に比べて 30% も向上しました。続くイプシロンロケット3号機では基幹ロケット高度化プロジェクトで開発された低衝撃型衛星分離機構をイプシロンロケット用に改良し採用しました。この結果衛星分離衝撃の観点では世界トップレベルの低衝撃を実現しました。またその他さまざまな工夫により衛星にとっての乗り心地を左右する振動や音響が緩和され衛星に優しい搭載環境を実現しました。今回打ち上げるイプシロンロケット4号機では小型実証衛星1号機ラピス1や超小型衛星など7機の人工衛星を打ち上げるため複数衛星搭載構造やキューブサット放出装置を新たに開発しました。それぞれを詳しく見ていきましょう。複数衛星搭載構造にはマイクロドラゴン、ライズサット、EL1 の3つの超小型衛星を120度ずつ配置し搭載します。下部には2つのキューブサット放出装置が取り付けられます。衛星放出の際は放出された衛星同士がぶつからないようにロケットの軌道と姿勢を変え順番に衛星を分離していきます。国際宇宙ステーション希望日本実験棟で利用実績のある超小型衛星放出機構 JAXA をもとに一遊タイプキューブサットを最大3機搭載可能な機構として開発し複数衛星搭載構造の下部に2式搭載します。1式には 1U のネクサスと 2U のアオバベロックス4をもう1式には 3U の折りたたみサット1を格納します。ロケットからの信号により衛星ロックドアを開放しキューブサットを放出します。これら開発品により今後需要の拡大が見込まれる超小型衛星にとっても快適な乗り心地を実現します。
There's a lot packed into that payload. There really is. And it is going into sun synchronous orbit.
イプシロンロケット4号機の一段モーターは
Ooh, this
専
must
用コ
be
ンテナ
some
に
of the
格
moving
納され
footage.
発射場のある鹿児島県肝付町内之浦漁港に船で運ばれます。2台のクレーンで慎重に持ち上げ、トランスポーターと呼ばれる専用の大型トレーラーに積み替えます。一段モーターは重量およそ75トン、全長およそ12メートルととても大きいため、時速3キロという歩く速さよりもゆっくり走行します。なるべく交通の妨げにならないよう輸送は夜に行われます。ロケットの組み立て施設である M 組み立て室に搬入された一段モーターはさまざまな整備や点検を行い、
Oh,
M
look
整
at
備
all
棟に
those
移され
things.
組み立て作業が行われ
1,
ます。
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
そ
7.
の
There's
後
at
衛
least
星をロケット
7
部
other
品に結合
names
し、
on
衛星
that.
を保護するためのフ
And
ェア
there's
リ
the
ングを
payload
取り付け
fairing
ます。
going on over top of it.
打ち上げのおよそ1週間前には打ち上げ当日を模擬したリハーサルを行います。M 整備棟の大扉を開け、イプシロンロケ
Jay
ットを
Ramsey
搭載
says,
した
I mean, you
ラ
know
ンチャーの
somebody there
旋回を
wanted to
行い
paint
ま
the
した。
nose cone like a Pokeball.
ここで
Paranor adds, but they're releasing, not catching them all.
革新的衛星技術実証1号機を搭載したイプシロンロケットは内之浦宇宙空間観測所ロケット発射場から打ち上げられます。
I'm not sure if they have paper models of all of this.
が終了し、およそ2
We're
分
super cute
31
anime.
秒後、大
Oh,
気圏を
excuse
脱
me.
出したロケットは革新的衛星技術実証1号機を覆っていた
Right now,
エア
I'm
リングを
just
分離
impressed
し
with
ます。
their
その
the
後
animation
およ
quality
そ
and so
2
forth.
分41秒後に
I-
第1弾第2弾が分離。およそ2分45
They put a lot of
秒後
work
に
into
第
it for
2
their
弾の
media
燃
kit.
焼を開始します。
And even though we can't understand what they're saying, it's still nice to watch. It gets the point across. I have no idea how much in-flight
続い
video
て
there will
お
be.
よそ6分30秒後に第2弾第3弾が分離し、およそ6分34秒後に第3弾の燃焼を開始します。打ち上げからおよそ9分54秒後に
I was just showing all the separations. That's pretty cool.
が分離します。およそ14分39
The
秒後
post-boost
に
stage.
第1回 PBS の燃焼開始。
Jay Ramsey adds true, but maybe they're planning on yelling, I choose you, MicroDragon, when it opens.
打ち上げからおよそ51分55
So this is
秒後、
the second
小型
post
実証衛
boost
星
stage.
1号機ラピス1
And
が
that's
イプシロンロケ
RAPIS
ット4号機から分離
disconnecting
されます。
from the
ロケット
bus.
は飛行を続け、東北大学のライズサットの分離はおよそ1時間3分20秒後。
Rise Sat is another one of the passengers. There's MicroDragon. See how small it is? 東京工業大学折り紙サ And
ッ
yeah,
ト1分離は
And it kind of does look like a camshaft when it's spinning. So an origami sat.
日本大学のネクサスおよび九州工業大学の
So these are the much
青
smaller
葉ベロックス分離は
passengers.
およそ1時間8分20秒後。最後に株式会社エールのエール
I
1
find
分
it
離は
interesting that
およ
they're
そ
being
1時間
released
10分
essentially
00秒後を予定
much,
して
much
おりま
closer
す。
to North America. Now, you probably won't be able to see them being released. And it's a high velocity target, so I wouldn't even bother trying to track it in a telescope. It does look like a beautiful day for a launch. If you have any questions, at me, and I will do my best to answer them. This is the first time I've streamed a JAXA launch, because they're kind of rare.
ここで今回のミッションをご紹介します。革新的衛星技術実証プログラム
Jay Ramsey asks, I wasn't counting earlier how many separate pieces are being launched. So let's pull up that Google Translate page.
民間企業や大学などが開発した機器や部品、超小型衛星、キュー
So
ブ
there's
サットに
RAPIS,
宇
that's
宙実証
one.
の機会を提供する革新的衛星技術実証プログラムの1号機です。
That's all mounted on
7つ
RAPIS.
の
Hold on.
機器、部品の実証テーマを搭載した小型実証衛星1号機
Alright, so
ラピス1
microsatellites.
超
So
小型衛星
MicroDragon.
キューブサット6機の合計7機の衛星で構成されてい
And
ます。
RISE-SAT, so that's
今回の
two.
革新的衛星技術実証1号機には
Artificial Shooting Star Demonstration Satellite, AIL, that's three
国や
microsats.
産業界の課題に対応しつつ将来を先を見据え
Origami Sat 1, Lunar Exploration Technology Demonstration Satellite, a name I'm not even going to try to pronounce. 2, Amateur Communication Technology Demonstration Satellite Nexus, it's 3. Okay, so my numbers were way off. So 7 total pieces. I don't know why I thought my numbers were way higher than that. So there's RAPIS, there's 3 CubeSats, and then there's 3 microsats. And I guess this is going to be a whole, the Innovative Satellites one, I guess it's going to be a whole series. And right now a lot of this stuff is just demonstration. Like, will it work? I am highly amused by the ALE satellite, the artificial shooting stars. Scrolling down to the page to see why they were doing it. It's MicroDragon. Here we go. Verification of feasibility and markability of artificial shooting stars using meteor sources and discharge devices. So it sounds like it's like a retail thing, but it goes on. Oh no, it is a marketing thing. 1, technical verification as an entertainment on artificial shooting stars and verification of markability. Observe the density, wind, components, etc. of high-rise atmosphere using artificial shooting stars. So there is some science in there. And understanding changes in orbits and phenomena due to re-entry of artificial shooting stars. So there's some science in there, but there's also some total marketability, commercialism kind of thing going in there. Is Origami Sat a solar sail? Alright, so give me 1 second to look at that. I think I remember reading that. It is not quite a solar sail as much as it is a multifunction development membrane structure. Please remember, I am reading from Google Translate. Oh, it also has amateur radio on it. So the Origami Sat, the full name of it, Demonstration of Multifunctional Development Membrane, 3 Uniform CubeSat Origami Sat-1, theme name, Space Demonstration of High Performance Membrane Structure by 3 Uniform CubeSat, Tokyo Institute of Technology. 1 Space Demonstration of Multifunction Development Membrane Structure by Boom/Membrane Composite Structure. So it kind of does have a square sail trailing before after. Looks like a much smaller structure. Copy image location. Construction of a 2 uniform plus 1 uniform. I guess uniform here is meant to be unit size experiment platform and space demonstration, and it has a high-speed downlink by 5.8 gigahertz amateur radio and reception on UHF membrane. So there's some amateur radio stuff in there. So pasting the URL for the Origami Sat. And impressed that they don't have a hang it around. See if we can lure the dogs out. Are you holding her? Up, we have a puck.
今回の RAPIS-1 はベンチャーが JAXA 衛星を企画した初めての例となります。ですので絶対に成功させたいというふうに思っています。
It is very poorly lit, and I apologize, but
ベンチャーの協業関係が強化されていくことによって、さらに新しい画期的なプロジェクトというものが
Rexmat says one of the first astronomical events I saw was during the Perseids in 1986. A Japanese rocket let off a cloud of gas in orbit over eastern North America. Thousands of people report it as a UFO. I believe it. I believe it. WP, which I'm assuming is Washington Post, has an article on the rocket, but looks like nothing on this particular mission. I don't know. I know. I didn't turn on all the lights.
打ち上げ時刻が迫ってきました。これからイプシロンコントロールセンター ECC 実況放送にバトンタッチします。
What if I just say it with a Japanese accent? Ipsilon. I feel like I'll be a lot closer than I would. Wait, there's comm sound.
イプシロンロケット4号機の打ち上げを本日日本時間の午前9時50分20秒に実施します。
We were just giving the final go decision. The time set for Ipsilon 4 launch today will be 9:50, 20 a.m. Japan Standard Time.
現在各系ともロケット打ち上げの最終作業を行っています。また
So they got the final go, and my countdown timer is going to be off by about
launch operations. The restricted areas have been cleared.
by about 20 seconds. Probably actually more.
安全系準備完了。
The range safety system is go.
And now silence. I would love a visual countdown. I think that would help. Humans be human. Yeah.
車上系飛行安全系準備完了。
The range system and the flight safety system are go.
Flight safety system is a go. I can't turn up the sound anymore. I'm sorry, guys.
衛星系の準備は完了しています。
The satellite system is go.
Satellite system is a go. Hummus must go on. Totally hummus must go on. Hey, favorite human, you want to watch this?
Yeah. Is it happening right now?
About 4 minutes from now.
Yeah.
Hey, Drop Bear. There's silence. They are going through things. There is no live, there's no live countdown other than what I have on my screen, and that's going to be off by several seconds. So, yeah, the cute doggy that you saw is Puck. Tinker's on screen, but because I didn't turn on enough lights, and the dogs don't have their own dedicated lights, like I have my own dedicated lights, they're harder to see. Oh, I know you're not, calling me a cute doggy. I have cat ears, though. Close-up of the rocket! Look at the close-up of the rocket! Epsilon. Yeah, Tinker is very difficult to see. Yeah, I mean... It's fun when I have her at my parents' house at night. A nice warm summer's night, and she'll be running around the yard and people will be like, where's the dog? I'm like, look for the moving dark spot. People look at me like I'm crazy. There is no English translation for that, I'm sorry. So anybody that's wondering about their Hangout-a-thon prizes, they are now in Dr. Pamela's kitchen waiting to be taken to the shipper. So they are one step closer to being in your hands.
打ち上げ3分前です。現在、車上の天候は快晴、気温摂氏 7.1 度、北西の風毎秒 5.9 メートルです。 イプシロンロケット4号機の打ち上げに問題はありません。
It's T minus 3 minutes and counting. Here at the launch site, it's clear. Temperature is 7.1 degrees Celsius. Wind is 5.9 meters per second from the northwest. The weather has no constraint for Epsilon-4 launch.
本日の打ち上げ予定時刻は日本時間の9時50分20秒です。
Today's scheduled liftoff time is 9:50:20 a.m. Japan Standard Time.
So I'm just gonna kill the countdown because they just said 3 minutes. And mine was like in a minute something.
It's T minus 2 minutes.
2
前景
minutes!
発射準備完了。
All systems are go for launch.
And all systems are go. Human. It's 2 minutes. There's not even enough room here for you to be on camera, so. But it's on this monitor. I didn't put it on this monitor like normal. Hey, Whiskey Echo Niner. Cue Rush music. Yeah, I'm not gonna play Rush music. Don't do it. The disembodied voice you may hear in
自
the
動カウントダ
background.
ウンシーケンス開始。
Initiating the automatic countdown sequence.
It's in the automatic countdown sequence. Those are totally
ロケッ
Japanese
トの電
numbers.
源が外部から内部に切り替えられました。
Epsilon-4 has just spin on the internal power.
It's on internal power now?
Wow.
点火回路準備完了。
We have a go for pyrotechnics arming.
Yes! Go for
ODC シーケン
pyrotechnics.
スタイマースタート。
Initiating the onboard computer sequencer.
駆動用電池起動。
Thermal batteries
Look,
activation.
look, look, look!
SMC
Things
点
are
火。
happening.
Solid motor side jet ignition.
Is the smoke supposed to be gray like that? Oh, look, there's fire! Hey!
一旦点火。リフトオフ。
First stage motor ignition and liftoff.
There goes!
革新的衛星技術実証1号機を搭
It's
載
supposed to
した
sit
イ
like
プシロン
that.
ロケット4号機は平成31年1月18日9時50分20秒に内之浦宇宙空間観測所から打ち上げられました。
Epsilon-4 with the innovative satellite technology demonstration 1 on board lifted off from the Uchinora Space Center at 9:50:20 a.m. January 18th, 2019, Japan Standard Time.
イプシロンロケット4号機は現在初期飛行方位角を 121.4 度とし徐々に南東方向の太平洋上を飛行しています。
The launch vehicle is now flying over the Pacific Ocean to the southeast at an angle of 121.4 degrees.
54、55、56、57、58、59、60、61、62、60、
打ち上げ後1分が経過しました。
1 minute into flight.
68、
ロケットは正常に飛行を続けており、各地上局は正常にロケットの追尾を行っております。
The flight of Epsilon-4 is nominal. Tracking is proceeding as planned from the ground stations.
83、84、85、
Nominal! Everything is nominal!
88、89、90、91、92、93、
And I hear the counting continuing in the background, which I find hilarious.
97、98、99、100、
Well, I mean, J. Ramsey, it is totally a rocket.
4、
So I would expect it to fly out there like a rocket.
8、
So hey dogs,
110、
it took off without exploding. Have some Cheerios.
13、14、15、16、
第1弾燃焼終了。
First stage motor burnout.
21、22、23、24、
So first stage motor burnout, I assume that means it's going.
27、28、
Oh, excuse me, separate soon?
130、31、32、33、34、35、
Yeah, Whiskey Echo Niner? Oh no, it's not on the screen at all anymore. Oh cool, they provided us with a graphic. Alright, and because... Hey, Scott!
Payload fairing jettisons.
Payload fairing's been jettisoned.
第1弾第2弾分離
Separation of the first and second stages.
第2弾燃焼開始
Second stage motor ignition.
Oh,
打ち
you're
上げ後
fine,
3
Jay.
分が経過しました
It's 3 minutes into the flight.
第2弾の燃焼は正常制御系飛行経路も正常ですロケットは順調に飛行を続けており現在の高度は
Alright, I have zero control over the music,
秒速約
so
20メートルです
I'm gonna turn that all back down.
The combustion of second stage motor, attitude control, flight trajectory, and other parameters are all proceeding nominally. Flight of
Everything's
Ypsilon
nominal.
4 is occurring normally. Current altitude is about 150 kilometers. Velocity about 2 kilometers per second.
Yeah, right now everything is nominal. I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit because I can't adjust their audio. I can only adjust, you know, their final audio. Because if I was them, I would have turned down the music just a tad and turned their mics up just a tad, but, you know. And in case you're not sure what you're looking at, it is... Oh. It's not capturing my cursor. But it's kind of that weird thing in the middle of the screen. It's nice music, though. Hey, we're getting close to another checkpoint. So I'm going to turn their audio back up. I did not tell Alexa to play that music.
第2弾燃焼終了
Second stage motor burnout.
Second stage motor
打ち上
burnout.
げ後5分が経過しました
It's 5 minutes into the flight.
ロケットは計画通り完成飛行を続けており現在の高度は約 250km 秒速約 5km です
The launch vehicle is in the planned coast phase. Current altitude is about 250 kilometers. Velocity is 5 kilometers per second.
So far, it sounds like everything continues to be nominal, just the way we like it. Second phase totally had its fuel burnout. Yeah, 250 kilometers in 5 minutes, yeah. It's pretty wild when you think about it, and it keeps just getting faster, too. I wonder where our instro is.
打ち上げ後6分が経過しました
It's 6 minutes into flight.
ロケットは現在計画通り完成飛行を続けております
The launch vehicle is in the planned coast phase.
Launch vehicles in the plane coast phase. Well, thanks for joining us, Jay. We're probably going to keep... I'm going to keep the stream on until the payload separates from the fairing, because I believe the fairings are still on the payload.
第3弾分離
Separation of the second and third stages.
Alright, second and third stages have
第
separated.
3弾燃焼開始
And I can
Third
see
stage motor ignition.
third stage motor ignition, and I can see a couple more checkpoints up ahead, so... I find it interesting that they use Google Earth to track this. And I'm not sure if they're doing it for media purposes or if they're doing it for their own internal purposes as well. Yeah. You want more Cheerios, buddy?
第3弾燃焼終了。
Third stage motor burnout.
Third stage motor burnout. Getting close. And it's so weird to see globe from this angle because I'm not entirely too sure what we're looking at. Ugh.
沖縄糸満局がロケット追尾を終了しました。
The launch vehicle has proceeded beyond the range of the JAXA Itaman.
Alright, so the launch vehicle is out of JAXA's range.
この後は各衛星の概要と衛星分離までの予定をご紹介いたします。
You guys can't see my cursor. I don't know why I keep doing that. But it looks like they're
まずは
putting
今
water
回
down.
打ち上げた各衛星について香川グループ長より簡単に説明していただきましたのでご覧ください。
That's... So... Michael T. Meyer asks, are all the stages solid rocket motors? She keeps saying burn out instead of cut off. That's a very good question, and I don't remember the answer. Yeah, we're totally on to space commercials. Keeper Map says it appears to be going south, so let me look up the Ipsilon rocket real quick. I'm just never going to pronounce that correctly, ever. Yes, it uses a solid rocket booster on the Hotel-2 Alpha as its first stage. And then it has second and third stages with an optional fourth stage, which they didn't use the optional fourth stage today. So yes, I believe it is all solid fuel. Nope, 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 nope. I take it back. The first stage is solid fuel. The Hotel-2 Alpha rockets are liquid fueled. So this may just be the result of translation. The launch capacity of the Hotel-2 Alpha launch vehicle will be enhanced by adding a Sierra Romeo Brava Alpha solid rocket booster to its basic configuration. And I'm not sure if they have data on, scrolling down to see if, on this Wikipedia page, to see if they have today's data. They do not. Not yet. So I think it's a mixture, and I think the wording confusion is epsilon is like episode. Thank you. Yes, I think the wording is just a translation issue. Epsilon is like episode. Thank you. I can do that. So it sounds like, according to Wikipedia, it's a combination of both, but I'm not too sure. It's blue on black, and it's difficult to read your name. So, string theory. Is solid fuel quicker to burn, or is quicker to max thrust than liquid? That's another very good question. I have no idea. Someone else in chat might know the answer, but I definitely do not. Paranor chips in with solid is always max thrust, if I believe. Michael T. Mayer also agrees. Okay, so hopefully I will remember that for the next time somebody asks. Solid Whiskey Echo Niner says, yeah, solid is consistent thrust, no regulation. That is why, and Michael T. Meyer adds, that is why it's set off so quickly. Okay, so that makes a whole lot of sense, actually, because I think I'm used to seeing liquid. And I did notice that there weren't a whole lot of connections and gas leaking out while we were waiting for it to take off. For those of you that don't know, my background is in computer science. I know enough astronomy to be dangerous, and I know even less rocket science. String Theory says, I have played some KSP. I also have not played enough Kerbal to really understand everything. And I've toyed around with the idea of playing Kerbal before rocket launches, but I tend to go with games I'm more familiar with. So yes, and we have our own personal astrophysicist with Dr. Pamela, who is probably getting ready for travel tomorrow. And tomorrow, if you're a normal consumer of Daily Space, I will be hosting. We will be talking about Space IL's latest mission, and we'll probably talk about this for a little bit, and I'm not sure what else yet. I haven't looked at the press releases and things of that nature. So, Matt says Kerbal is pretty dope. I've heard it's pretty dope. I think I'm afraid of the learning curve, and I also apparently desperately need glasses. And the last time I tried to play Kerbal without having the UI adjusted, I couldn't read anything. So I've made some adjustments on my system so I can see things much easier, and soon-ish, hopefully, I should be going to the optometrist through the VA, where I will get a prescription and have glasses again for the first time in like 10 years. I'm almost embarrassed to admit that. Paranor says, learning curve is high. I haven't played it much. You know, but people like seeing things blow up and failure and things of that nature. And I'd probably squeal every time that I blew up, and that might be entertaining to watch. Oh, now I have Tinker. I'm fairly certain you're just off camera. Tinker is just off camera. She's sitting on the blanket, but she's not in blanket on the thing. Yeah, optometrists, it's important. Bionic eyeballs. I mean, I'd take a bionic eyeball, I think. Oh, ay. Me and my high-tech water bottle. So anybody have any other questions, suggestions? I mean, space commercials are pretty cool, but unfortunately, all I can really understand from any of this is pretty pictures. Anybody know why I can't pop chat out from Twitch anymore? Because I'd really love to know why. Ooh. It almost looks like a sail. Almost looks like a sail. Yeah, the dogs are gonna hide just off camera. Because I don't have her bed in just the right spot. Pop out works for you? Shrug. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I swear I didn't see the option there. I wonder if I go to the actual channel if I can do it. Let's try that, because I would really love to be able to pop out chat and move it to where I want it. Because for whatever reason, I can't do it from the dashboard. Okay, I can do it if I go directly to the channel, but not from the dashboard. All right, this is so much better. Okay, they changed it again. What is a fire ant? It's an ant that's red, I think, and apparently its bite hurts like fire. I don't know. I'm just guessing right there.
Not correct.
Favorite human is saying I'm correct. Was that possibly a CPU? String theory. Are you referring to fire ant or to some of the things that they had shown? Oh, it looks like things have separated and we missed it. James J. Ramsey says, pretty sure they spit fire. It's a thing that's on one of the payloads. Fire ant. Let's look it up. If I can do Chubu University fire ant. See, there's an interview there. Let's see if I can find it again. Ultra compact and energy saving GNSS receiver. That's Golf November Sierra receiver. Called Fire Ant Miniature Spaceborne Golf November Sierra receiver. It does indeed look like a CPU. Stamp large scale Golf November Sierra receiver optimized for use in ultra small satellites, operates in the space environment. So I'm going to copy the image location and paste that into chat so everybody can see what we're talking about. Yeah, it does do that when you pop out chat. It will totally disappear. So, and then give you the source of that image. Golf November Sierra is basically GPS for space. Okay, cool. Thanks. The more you know, because GPS for space is actually pretty important. And it looks like it's flying over a large continent right now. Global Navigation Satellite System. Okay, so seriously, this is why it's important to spell out acronyms first before you use the acronym, instead of just diving right into the acronyms. Which I never understood that in the military. I'm like, I'm just going to use all the acronyms. And then somebody was like, no, you need to spell it out first. And this is why, because not everybody understands. So one of the sats is a navigation testbed. One of the sats is a testbed for a whole bunch of things. Everything that went up seems to be an experiment or a demonstration of some sort. Snafu! Oh, nice one, Whiskey Echo Niner. Ay, ay, ay.
もう一度
Oh,
ご覧
she's
くださ
talking
い。
again, but historically when she's talked there hasn't been. Oh, oh.
42、41、40、
Oh, it's a replay.
38、37、
Alright.
36、35、34、33、32、31、30、29、28、27、
Oh, okay. I see a connection.
点火回路準備完了。
We have a go for pyrotechnics arming.
19、18、
OBC シーケンスタイマースタート。
Initiating the onboard computer sequencer.
駆動用電池起動。
Thermal batteries activation.
Alright, and there goes that
SMS 点
solid
火。
fuel.
Solid motor side jet ignition.
一段点火。リフトオフ。
First stage motor ignition and liftoff.
革新的衛星技術実証1号機を搭載したイプシロンロケット4号機は平成31年1月18日9時50分20秒に内之浦宇宙空間観測所から打ち上げられました。
Epsilon 4 with the innovative satellite technology demonstration 1 on board lifted off from the Uchinora Space Center at 9:50:20 a.m. January 18th, 2019, Japan Standard Time.
イプシロンロケット4号機は現在初期飛行方位角を 121.4 度とし徐々に南東方
Alright, since this is the replay, I'm gonna just kind of turn it back down. Which I'm actually kind of glad they showed the replay, because we talked about, you know, some of the things before. Whiskey Echo Niner says the black smoke would be the ignition. Yeah, it makes sense. And Whiskey Echo Niner adds, as it's solid fuel, you basically have to light it on fire, similar to using road flares for fireworks versus electronic. Alrighty then. The Rise Sat. I am totally amused by the space commercials. Yeah, I don't think I've seen a whole lot of the solid fuel launches. I think the weirdest launch we've watched is the electric rocket from Electron, aptly named. So once the temperature is high enough, it's on. This is the same size as a ballistic missile. Well, that's not terrifying to think about or anything. Ay. Michael T. Meyer adds, like the Russians using a giant match. I mean, ballistic missiles are just rockets going the wrong direction. Yeah. Same size as a ballistic missile. That's mildly terrifying. So in other news, we're still adjusting from West Coast time to East Coast time. Favorite Human has already gone back to work. And I mean, technically I'm already back at work. And I think next week will be the week that I go into campus and see what a disaster area my office is, because I've been told that my computer is not running and neither is our network backup, which is terrifying in a different whole manner because it means I can't work on anything. For those of you who don't know, I have gone super part-time. Between CosmoQuest and the Word Beacher Planetarium, I have about 180 man-hours. So you probably won't be seeing a whole lot of me. And hopefully with that 180 man-hours, I can do some productive things. Oh, they're talking about MicroDragon now. Michael T. Meyer says, a lot of rockets started out as ballistic missiles. Yeah, I know they did. Whiskey Echo Niner adds, the difference between saving and destroying the world is normally 3 lines of code. Oh, don't I know it. Don't I know it. String Theory says NOP. I don't I don't know what that means. So, but yeah, Seattle was fun. Super expensive. We are quite happy to be home and paying no operation. Okay. We're quite happy to be home and paying what we consider normal prices for food and gas. Not that we paid for gas, but for food. And we are waiting for the snowpocalypse to hit. And how many inches of snow, favorite human?
It's at about 12 inches here.
We're expected to get about 12 inches of snow, foot of snow, third of a meter. So 30 centimeters, maybe-ish. I can't convert feet to inches quickly in my head. It's below freezing. I don't know how cold below freezing. I don't think it's negative 16 like it is for Paranor. But 12 inches all at once is a lot for Youngstown. And I totally expect everything in Youngstown to just stop working over the weekend. Favorite Human said that when he went to Walmart last night that there was no bread on the shelves and just packaging everywhere. He went to a different grocery store on his way home from work today. They said that he was resupplying. So, Journey Started says, I live just outside Seattle. Hopefully you did not purchase a soft drink, Seattle. 100% on soda with sugar. I don't think I bought... 100% tax on soda with sugar. I don't think we bought soda. I remember buying, like, seltzer. Bottled water or Gatorade. I don't drink a whole lot of soda anyways. See, now I want to look up how cold it is. So 12 inches of snow was normal when I was in upstate New York. It is actually 0 degrees Celsius right now. And our low is supposed to be -9, so that's not too bad. And tomorrow, high of 2 degrees with a low of -4. And then it looks like Saturday is going to be the coldest with a high of -2 and a low... Oh, nope. I didn't go far enough. Blech. Monday, we're going to have a high of -8 and a low of -16. Which is pretty freaking cold. And then, wait for it, the next day we go with a high of 5 degrees and a low of -10. So, for everybody in the US, Monday we're going to have a high of 18 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 4 degrees Fahrenheit. The next day, Tuesday, we're going to have a high of 42 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Welcome to Ohio. So we're definitely experiencing a bit of a cold snap. -0.1 Celsius. Ugh. I mean, that's technically just below freezing. That's technically just below freezing. I am definitely loving all of these interviews and space commercials. I just wish they were in English. Drop Bear Antic says, would you like to fly here, Annie? It's 38 degrees Celsius today. Oh. Oh no. That's a bit much. No, see, I understand enough about Celsius to know 30 degrees Celsius is really freaking hot. Really freaking hot. Whiskey Echo Niner says, -17. Do I win? I think you do win today. And now I need to find a temperature converter. So let's see if 38 degrees Celsius is anything close to... Yep, I've actually experienced warmer. So we're talking 48 degrees Celsius is the warmest weather I've ever encountered. And I had thought that 32 degrees Celsius at one point was refreshingly cool. That was not in Ohio, for anybody that's wondering. Yeah, I know, it's in our ridiculous, outdated scale, but I definitely do know that 30 degrees Celsius is warm. Like, it's way warmer than what I want it to be. Yeah. 30 degrees Celsius is way warmer than what I would care for it to be. We enjoyed Seattle. There was no snow. We came home and there's snow. I didn't need a heavy jacket. I went out and bought a rain jacket. Wore a rain jacket and hoodie all the time. You know, I'm all for switching to the metric system. I really am. People think I'm crazy until I explain that everything's just powers of 10. Oh my goodness, it was 52 degrees Celsius in the fridge. That's terrifying. Like, legit terrifying, and oh my god. No. Just no. No. I hope that was fixed quickly. I am a prior heat casualty, and I would have probably died. It's not a fridge. So what was the freezer? That's what I want to know, Whiskey Echo Niner. What was the temperature in the freezer? Ah. Cursed closet of cold. Well, it's not cold. It's 52 degrees Celsius. I guess. Ugh. 52 degrees Celsius in the fridge. No, that's just wrong. All your ice cream melted, didn't it? It totally did. This production reminds me of a SpaceX production journey started, says. It kind of does. It's well put together. I think part of that is because they had time to put it all together. Oh, look at those satellites on the hill. That's pretty cool. I don't know if they have any cute paper models. Probably not, because it's satellites. But I think it's because they oh, what? From the ground? Was that from today? Yeah, no cameras on the rocket, which would have been nice. Alright, this is totally an animation. It would have been nice to have cameras on the rocket, but that didn't happen. And there hasn't been an update in a while. So it's probably in that whole coasting phase. Oh, are you guys being adorable? You are. Look at OBS to see if you guys are... Oh, they're both on camera? They're like, alright, we hear the Cheerios. Have some dog butt. Have some dog butt. Alright, where did chat go? There's chat. No cameras on the rocket. Oh, that would probably be stupid expensive though. And I mean, think about it. If you're putting cameras on the rocket, you're not getting any of those bits back. That's just more money. Alright. Have a nice time with going back at work. Nice to be needed. I'm not sure if you're talking about yourself going back to work or about me going back to work. I mean, nothing else. Me going back to work means I'm not... Oh, me, yeah. Yeah, it means I'm not playing video games all day and lounging around the house. Michael T. Meyer asks, why does their animation suddenly stop spinning? Probably because they didn't take physics into account. Like, some of the things I may or may not have made for Pamela. Oh. Camera stabilization. Was there a planet in the background? Probably our planet. That would be my guess. There were tiny side boosters that stopped it. They were hard to see, says Haley in 314. Hi! I haven't seen you around before. And it's kind of hard to pick up small details with movement and animation anyways. Like, it really is, especially at high speed. Now I'm yawning. I think originally, part of me is like, are they just gonna be stuck in this for a while? Hey, buddy. Yeah? Sit. Sit. Right there. Yep, just like that. Can you speak? Speak. Come on. Come on. Yeah? Speak. Yeah? Are you excited about the launch? Speak. Good boy. Journey Started says it really is nice to see more countries doing their own science and tech launches. Everybody's kind of trying to get into it. It's just the barrier of entry is pretty high, and everybody would like to have their own access to space and not worry about being cut off from, avenues to space. And it almost seems like we're in a new space race with Israel and China, and there's comms traffic, but it's way too soft to hear under the music. Israel and China and all of these commercial companies getting things up into the sky, and it's pretty cool. And then they just said that Epsilon 4 is in the coast phase. There was all I can think about is a planetarium show called Back to the Moon for Good. And etc., with a whole bunch of the Lunar X Prize, that's what I was thinking, which, got canceled, now it got reinstated, Yeah, even private launches can get held up. Yeah, and I suspect that's what's happening right now with a whole lot of launches that were scheduled. Because there's personnel that need to be there and check off on things and things like that, like Icon, which has been delayed. It's probably just, I think now it's kind of delayed indefinitely. I feel like it's in this holding pattern of death. They had a bunch of problems with the test flights, and then it just never got off. Personnel, FAA licenses, yep, all those fun things. Journey Started comments. China downplayed their landing their rover on the far side of the moon. They haven't been the greatest about promoting their space launches and stuff to the outside world. Like, I've only broadcasted one of their launches once, and it was the launch for the lunar rover, and it was literally because somebody was broadcasting it on China's Twitch equivalent, and we just rebroadcasted it from there. They seem to not like to announce anything unless it's been successful. But yeah, they are kind of hush-hush about it. And it's a little frustrating because you want to know more. Like, I would love to broadcast more of their launches, but they seem to only really announce after they've had successful launches. Well, they announce when they're happening, but they don't release video until after they've happened, so you can't watch them live. So Brazil in space. I remember going to a park in or around São José dos Campos in the state of São Paulo in Brazil. And I remember seeing models of spaceships. And it would be cool if Brazil had more of a space program. Because there have been contributions from Brazil. And part of the problem is their infrastructure. Another part of the problem is, and I don't think this has changed in the last 10 years, is that they heavily tax electronics that are not made in Brazil. So you could take a PlayStation 2 from America. So it's 2 models behind the current one, and sell it in Brazil and make a tiny profit. You can take a PlayStation 3 and take it to Brazil and make a tiny profit. Everything electronic is stupid expensive in Brazil. And yeah, they just elected a right-wing government, so that's not going to get better, but between their government and their infrastructure, and they probably have a bit of a brain drain, I don't see it happening anytime soon. There's a whole lot that needs to be done, and some of the infrastructure problems are due to just terrain and geography. Their capital is in, I'm tempted to say it's in the middle of the rainforest, but their capital is really far away from Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, and it makes almost no sense. Also, I think it's pretty far from Bahia, and these are some of the most populated cities in Brazil. They're not all the highly populated, dense cities in Brazil, but it's not close to anything, etc., etc., etc. So, Gym Doctor making a comment. No, Gym Doctor, we got rid of the CosmoQuest Slack, and we moved to Discord. So, I don't know about China's launches being under military operations. I do know that there are Chinese private companies trying to launch things, and again, it's difficult to get information out. Plus, I don't read Chinese, otherwise I would be on Chinese media, social media sites, and so forth. The Great Firewall works in both directions. It keeps info from coming out as well as keeping info from going in. And I lost track of some of the conversation. That could make sense since the launch isn't the best situation for things to stay where they need to be. I would just think things would be secured really well. Let me scroll up so I can make sense of that. Oh, the private Chinese launch. The rocket didn't work properly. or the counter stabilization. Oh, there's comms traffic.
Making a switch to the San Diego station to leave.
And I missed it. Oh, excuse me. When I haven't been following ISRO's 100 days, their 10 missions in 100 days, I know their lunar stuff got bumped back at least a month, and I know they were really hyped to get that up. So I might look into that. I might talk about that tomorrow on Daily Space as well. But I sure do talk about launches for not really understanding a whole lot of rocket science.
第2回 TBS の燃焼が開始されていることが確認されました。
Confirmation was just made that the second ignition had proceeded at the post-boost stage.
Something about second ignition for the post-boost stage. And confirmation. Because that looks like South America upside down. Journey started asking me, did you take the light rail tunnel to BW District in Seattle or from the airport to downtown Seattle? So, we took the light rail to downtown Seattle from the airport. We got off at Westlake, and the hostel that Favorite Human and I stayed in for the first night was across the street from Pike Place Market. And the Sheridan was up the street on Pike. So Dr. Pat Durrell walked there. I think Pat took the light rail back to the airport from the hotel. It takes about 42 minutes, and he likes to be at the airport extremely early, especially since TSA's, you know, kind of short-staffed.
第2回 TBS 燃焼停止。
The second burnout of the post-boost stage.
Second burnout of post-boost stage. It takes 42 minutes. Pat likes to be at the airport super early, so I think Pat, in order to catch his 9 a.m. flight, I think he left his hotel at like 6, so you can be at the airport at 7. And Favorite Human and I didn't want to do that. So even though we probably did get up early enough from the hostel, yeah. I'm sorry, I keep turning it up for the comms traffic. So yeah, Pat left the hotel at 6 a.m. for his 9 a.m. flight, 9:20 a.m. flight. And we opted to take a lift from the hostel to the airport on our way back, because that was 30 minutes versus 42 plus walking. Because it's kind of a long walk to the light rail from the airport terminal. It's nice because everything's covered, you don't get rained on, but it's definitely a haul. And you know, we bought souvenirs and stuff, and we're carrying more stuff back than we came out with, so we decided to be lazy and pay the $30 or whatever to take the light rail back. We did take the light rail out to Chinatown, or the International District, however you want to call it, and I don't think we took any buses. So, yeah, I think you're right, Michael. I think they are going to release RAPIS. Let's see.
小型実証衛星1号機 RAPIS-1 分離。
Separation of RAPIS-1.
And you were right. That was totally a separation of RAPIS-1. And it sounds like it was successful, and the little animation updated. And I think the dogs left us. That's fine. They can leave us. We did get orca cards, and they were extremely handy. I think Anthony actually, or Favorite Human actually ended up with 2 of them. He is now getting mauled by the dog. All in all, we pretty much stayed to the downtown core. I spent most of my time in Seattle at the conference. I essentially had the weekend after the conference for exploring. Favorite Human did some exploring. Oh, MicroDragon's the next to be released. Favorite Human did some exploring. A lot of his exploring is on foot because that's how he rolls, and he found the not so nice parts of Chinatown and was a little concerned when we went back. But it was fine. We were fine. Everything was fine. For real, everything was fine. We went to... How do you pronounce that store's name?
It started with a U.
Uwajima, I think. Anyways, it was like a Japanese, yeah, it was like a Japanese Walmart. I had a bunch of little stores inside. Not a bunch of little stores. It had a little bookstore inside. It was authorized to sell, you know, Studio Ghibli stuff. And there were a bunch of, like, food stalls also inside the building. It was pretty nice. I don't think Keeper of Maps wants to go outside in the cold, guys. I don't think he wants to go outside in the cold. So that was fun. I have some pretty cool origami paper that's still in the mail. I should get that soon. Yeah, I was gonna say he's been ill. So yeah, I got myself some cute origami paper. I got my niece humongous box of humongous Pocky, and Favorite Human got his friends a few things at the bookstore. So that was fun. We got food there. I got sushi there, which my mom was a little terrified by until I told her that other people do it and they make their sushi fresh every day. So yeah, if you're going to visit Seattle, I strongly advise going there. We also went to an Amazon Go store, and it's the one by the Spheres. The Spheres were pretty cool. If you're in the public, you can only go into the understory, but they have like a living wall. They have a pretty big tree in there that they nicknamed Ruby. So in the understory, you can hear a lot about, you know, the building and so forth, but you can't really go see hardly any of it, which is unfortunate, but it's still pretty cool. The Go store was interesting. You download a certain app. They have free Wi-Fi if you don't have the app already. So you download the app, you connect it with your Amazon account, and then you use a QR code and you scan yourself in and you enter the store. The biggest thing about the Go store you need to remember is that anything that you personally pick up is going on your account. You can't pick up something and hand it to somebody else and expect the store to charge the other person. There was a mug that I had seen a picture of that I wanted from the Go store, and Favorite Human picked it up off the shelf and handed it to me and was all, you know, here you go. I'm like, are you sure you don't want to put that back down so I can pick it up so I'm the one charged for it? We got, from there, I got couple chocolate bars. Chocolate bars are from Theo's Chocolate. It's amazing. You can actually feel the salt in your mouth.
Theo's Chocolate is also in Seattle.
Yeah, Theo Chocolate's also in Seattle.
Go to their chocolate factory.
Yeah, we were by the chocolate factory, I think. I think we were by Theo's Chocolate Factory. We just didn't buy anything directly from Theo. I'm not sure if this means that the transmission is over or not. Because this is all new. So, I don't know. But they had meal prep kits there. Like there was staff there, but there were no checkouts. And like if you wanted bags more than a small paper brown bag, you added them in the app, and yeah, you pretty much grab whatever you want and you go. And it's not updated in the app for several minutes until after you leave the store. So the one by the Spheres does sell, I think, wine and beer, and they check your ID. That's it. I bought mugs, some chocolate bars, a can of, seltzer, carbonated water, and I think that was it. What else did we get from the Go store? Gatorade. Did you know that soda has 100% tax on it in Seattle?
Didn't buy any.
Yeah.
Never did.
We don't do soda, so we didn't notice it. Alright, I don't know what's happening with this. So I don't speak Japanese. I don't read Japanese. And I feel like we're in a weird holding pattern with text, because they're still live. They're still live. So I'm going to mute my desktop audio, and I'm going to see about exit full screen. Default view. Today's live broadcast has ended. We hope you have a nice day. There's a dream for space development. All right, cool. Well, I'm glad chat is there, and chat speaks the things. So, hooray! Everything went well, as far as we can tell. I'm gonna go ahead and pause that. There are still more upcoming separation times, but apparently they're not going to show them. But yeah, somebody totally translated the ending screen. So, with that, switch over to here, pull up chat. Any final questions? The Japanese says it's ended. Yep. Japanese says it's ended. Alright, hooray! I'm glad somebody figured that out. Michael T. Meyer adds, we have a tax on soft drinks now in the UK to keep children healthy. That's not a bad idea. Paranor is asking, we up for Uno later? Sure. Why not? Give me about 10 minutes to stretch and stretch and get ready. And if anybody that's watching would like to join us for Uno, we play with Tabletop Simulator, and jump in the Discord and you can get the login info for the game and we can all play Uno together. So with that, the launch is over. Thank you for tuning in. This has been production of PSI in conjunction with Ward Beecher Planetarium with Youngstown State University. Uno is a card game. Uno is a card game. I think it's like Crazy Eights, I believe is what somebody said. But yeah, if you'd like to join us for Uno, the game is free. Tabletop Simulator is not. Hop in our Discord. We'll get you all the information. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me for the launch. And looks like everything's nominal, and I hope it stays that way. And maybe awkwardly, oh, hey, thanks for the sub. And then I just remembered I don't know where the credits are at all. Favorite human wants to hand me an actual sub every time I say thanks for the subs. And I don't know where chat went. Chat disappeared. 13 is a great number. Oh, yeah, it is. All right, so let's try me awkwardly doing the credits, shall we? And there's that. And roll the credits! I can't hear the credits music, so I can't make comments. All right, thank you all so much, and I will see you all soon.